What's good, everyone? It's Steve from Sneaker Tech Talk, back with another video today. For today's video, I want to take a look at the Air Jordan 1 High 85 in the band colorway that I actually picked up for over $120 off the retail price point on StockX of all places. So let's take a look at this pair of shoes that I picked up about 2 weeks ago. Alright, so full disclosure, on Instagram, when I posted about this pair that I actually bought it at the time, I hadn't received them yet, but I just bought it. People did not believe me when I just posted a picture of my purchase. I think they were like around 180 something dollars Canadian, that is, and with shipping and all the fees, they were like 225 Canadian. Now the retail price point for these guys right here was 330 Canadian. They sold out to my knowledge here in Canada, but I did pick these up for over $100 off the retail price point. Whether you factor that to be Canadian or American, it does not matter. I did pick these up for like 30% off, which is just wild in this day and age with sneakers. I know a lot of stuff is sitting, but for the fact that I picked these up, I don't know, 9 months after release, at $100 off is just wild. So we'll take a look at the shoes in a second. Take a look at the box really quickly because I know there's going to be a lot of questions about authenticity. They did come from StockX. I do own, boy, it's crazy to say this. I own 9 pairs of these for myself. My son has a pair, my wife has 2 pairs, and this is actually a second pair for my son. So I have a ton of pairs from actually stores, eBay, local Facebook groups. I've compared these to all of my other authentic pairs, and these are 100% authentic. But starting with the box, on the lid right here, you do have that pinkish red stamp right here underneath the top of the lid. Moving your way into the box, yes, the paper was folded over like this as they all come from factory, and then the shoes were in the middle with the white tissue paper. So that is how they come from factory. That is how this pair came right here. And then the size tag label does read Jordan 1 High 85, black, varsity red and white. And yes, I know this is a size 6.5. It is for my son. But the purpose of this video is for the fact that, yes, I did pick these up off StockX for way under retail. So that's a quick look at the box. I just wanted to give you guys a look at that because I know some people want to do authentication checks, and that is one way you can do it with the box right there. Moving the shoes into the frame right here. So as you can see right here, these do have the StockX tag right here, and then they also have the Jumpman tag as well, with all of the contents explaining the Air Jordan 1 cushioning system, the leather upper, the support systems, you name it, it's in this tag right here. And you can see the StockX tag. I'll just kind of toss these on the inside of the shoes just a little bit so you guys can get a look at this shoe right here. As you can see, the materials are the more firm leather materials, and it's identical to all of my other pairs. They do come factory laced at the bottom with black at the very bottom and then red. And then you do have the size tag label on the inside right here, 6.5, 24, 09, 12. XC. At the top of the tongue, you do have that Nike Air logo, and then at the back of the tongue, you have the patch right here. You do kind of have that yellow stuffing on the tongue right here at the back. So exactly what you'd expect to see out of an authentic pair, and this is an authentic pair. I've just had a lot of people say that's cap, that's fake. You did not pick these up off StockX for that price point, and Brendan Dunn works for StockX. He could easily look at this online if he wanted to. I mentioned it to him and he said that's wild. He could not believe it himself. It doesn't matter the size, just the fact that these sold for $100 under retail is wild. More on the right shoe, you do have the Air Jordan Wings logo right here. On the outsole, you do have that iconic Air Jordan 1 outsole with the radial pattern and all of the stars at the toe box right here. The white rubber cup sole on the midsole. And if you don't know, the cushioning in the Air Jordan 1 was an encapsulated air sole unit in the heel with a polyurethane wedge on top of it. Nothing in the forefoot, very close to the floor, just like how he wanted it back in the day. And then more of that really firm material on this shoe. If you didn't know, with this tongue right here, they did burn down an original tongue from 1985 to get the exact chemical compound that they used in 85, and they replicated it here nicely, because I do have an original 1985 and it feels and looks exactly the same as this one right here. You have the black and red laces. These should come with tissue paper stuffed inside. Really quickly taking a look at the insole so you guys can see. You do have that white liner with the red Nike Air, the registered logo right there. And then this is not a polyurethane insole. You actually have kind of a match of a 1-for-1 original insole from 1985 with the yellow foam right here, and then almost like a polyurethane, but it's just kind of a standard foam. And then in Mandarin it does say of the highest quality, which was hidden under the stroll board on the inside of the shoe originally, but they put it on the bottom of the insole. These insoles are for 5.5 to 6.5. So that's a quick look at the insole. And then inside the shoe, this is the same on all of my pairs. You have the glue at the back, and then the yellow tape taping down the stitching right here, the white stitching. And then let's see if you can get a look at that size tag label. This one is 08/22/24 to 11/07/24. You have the serial number and all the goodness inside the shoe. You have the white backing as you have on the 85 retros, and just an overall look of the inside of the shoe so you guys can get a quick look and just what you guys can expect later this year here when I guess they retro them again here in 2025. Now I know I had a ton of people asking me, like, how are you not sure that this isn't just the new retro for 2025? Because the production dates on this pair right here do fall in line with a couple other pairs that I have picked up like 5 or 6 months ago. So this is not the new pair that is releasing later in November or December. This is the one that released in February 2025 for All-Star Weekend. But I just thought it was pretty wild to go on StockX and grab these for the price point that I did. Now how it happened is I'm always kind of keeping an eye on this pair because I kind of want to grab, sizes, 6.5, 8, 8.5, 9 for my son to grow into, because he loves this shoe. And I think it was like 11 p.m. at night. I had a bid on these, like a really low bid at like 150 Canadian. Didn't expect anyone to bite on it. And then I was just scanning the sizes, taking a look at the price points, and I saw these for like 180 or 185 buy now, and I was like, there's no way that they're gonna ship this if I hit buy now. There's no way that I'm gonna get these. So obviously I did hit buy it now. I waited about 3 or 4 days and I didn't see any movement. They didn't ship them. Now I actually picked up a size 7 at the same time. I would say for about $50 more than I paid for these, and those got all the way to StockX and then got rejected. They didn't tell me why, but they did reject them, so I did not get the size 7s. But the 6.5 ended up going to StockX, and then after about a day or so of being there, these did get shipped to me, which again, I was like, maybe they're fake. Maybe StockX made a mistake. I get them in person. They smell exactly the same as my other pairs. I actually have 2 size 6.5s for my wife already. I compared them to her pairs. They are identical. The size tag labels are identical. And there's actually not many or any super high quality, high 85 fakes out there right now in the black and reds. There are some fakes, and there are some channels that are reviewing them as legit, and they are fakes. They're easy to tell. They don't have the same oversized swoosh. The top collar is different. The toe box is not quite as tapered. So keep in mind, a lot of channels are reviewing fakes, but I have a ton of pairs of these. I think I have 14 pairs of these in my house right now, and a lot of them were from actual stores. I compared this pair right here to those pairs, and These are 100% authentic, and I thought it was rather crazy that someone was putting these on StockX for that price point. But in Canada, honestly, the prices of these have plummeted. They're way cheaper than the US StockX prices, and basically from like size 3.5 to 7, they're going for under retail right now on StockX. Not quite like this under retail, but like maybe like $30 or $40. But I still think it's rather crazy, and I think that's maybe one of the reasons why Jordan Brand didn't make a million pairs of these, because I know a lot of people think they would sell out, but I honestly think they would have sat for a while and maybe hit discounts on some of the smaller sizes. But sound off in the comments what you guys think of this pair, what you guys think of getting these for under retail on StockX. I couldn't believe it when I saw it myself. You know, I guess you can still get some shoes off StockX for under retail that are some of the top shoes here in 2025. You just need to keep your eye out on things and how you know, the prices are looking online. So that's going to do it for today's video on the Air Jordan 1 High 85 in the band black and red colorway that I did pick up for over $100 off retail. Sound off in the comments if you guys have a pair of these yourself and if you've started wearing them. As always, if you guys could like, comment, and subscribe, that would definitely help the channel a ton. And check out my Instagram over at Sneaker Tech Talk, as it is an extension of my YouTube channel with all my pickups, basketball footage, and nostalgia as a whole. As always, thanks for watching today's video, and until next time, peace.